Sila po yung panahon na yon ay sila po yung mga tinuturong mastermind itong issue sa extrajudicial killings, itong problema sa illegal na kampanya laban sa droga. Ito po ay nangyari sa panahon ni Pangulong Duterte.
Nakakabingi yung katahimikan, sabi nila. Pero wala naman pong statement ang ating Vice President regarding the West Philippine Sea. Dapat Pilipinas ang kampiyan at sana Pilipino ang kampiyan nila.
Bakit hanggang ngayon wala pa rin pong pahayag si Vice Presidente Sara Duterte? Pat hindi naman po bobo ang mga Pilipino.
For them to really ventilate their concerns and perhaps to explain to the public, not necessarily to the House of Representatives, because this is in aid of legislation, but ultimately to the public who have so many questions regarding all of these issues and concerns involving illegal drug and other criminalities. No, it's for them to really share their position, and as well as for those who have been linked to these illegal crimes, this is also an opportunity for them to clear their names, no? Dahil unang-una, ito pong investigation na ito is not directed to any particular individual or personality. This is ultimately to strengthen our laws, to improve our surveillance in terms of fighting transnational crimes, fighting those aliens who may be doing illegal activities here in the country, in order to preserve the image of our country as a country who is free from illegal crimes and activities that may have been connected with transnational crimes. So this is beyond personalities. This is beyond specific persons. This is ultimately to improve on the quality of our security services in order to preserve our image in the international community and to run after those aliens who may use our country as their harboring, may use this country as their playground to to do their illegal activities. So yun po, para sa akin, this is an opportunity for everyone to be educated, and for those whose name who may be linked to all of these crimes, all of these concerns and issues, this is an opportunity for them to clear their names and to say to the public that we are one in the same. They also share with us our intention to really bring about a change and improve our laws in terms of protecting and preserving preserving this country from any illegal crimes and illegal activities.
Well, if I may just add, number one, I think the creation of the Quad Committee is very significant, given the various jurisdictions wherein we want to remove the overlapping of the jurisdiction, and that is why with these concerns like extrajudicial killings, illegal drugs, illegal operations of the Philippine offshore gaming, and other heinous crimes, such as sex trafficking, human trafficking, and even murder. So I guess it's very significant, so that once and for all, we can finally tackle and discuss these serious concerns, concerns that are very grave, in such a nature that the House of Representatives has to act on it, and the invitation to the former President and Senator and former PNP Chief Senator Bato de la Rosa is very material. Why? Kung ihahalin tulad lang po natin sa isang kaso, we really need to invite the competent witness or the witnesses. Sila po yung panahon na yon ay sila po yung mga tinuturong mastermind sa mga illegal na gawain, sa mga ganitong seryosong krimen. So, I think this is an opportunity for them to address this issue, and of course, by observing the fair play, pagkakataon po nila na ipaliwanag ang kanila pong saloobin at ang kanila pong stand dito po sa mga issues na ito. Yung hindi naman po na pag-attend, which is expected, hindi naman po ito makaka-apekto sa magiging committee hearings, sapagkat marami pong nagpapaabot ng kanila pong feelers, na gusto nila po mag-testify patungkol po sa mga issues na ito. And that is why we really welcome this creation of the Quad Committee, again, to once and for all to discuss the issues concerned being faced by the former President and Senator Bato de la Rosa.
May dadagdag ko lang po
Right.
para po to clear yung public perception. All this investigation to Quad Committee is actually brought about by ongoing investigation. And many of substantial information that we gathered by these 4 committees are actually a product of an ongoing investigation. Tulad ng Pogo, yung connection nung sa illegal Pogo, pati yung mga crimes, these are all being investigated by the NBI, by the PAOK-TF. So, para po sa kaliwanagan ng lahat, ito pong ginagawa po ng Quadcom ay resulta din po ito sa mga ongoing investigation ng ating mga ahensya.
Para sa final na dagdag ko na lang po sa sagot. In aid of legislation naman po lahat to. So, karamihan po ng findings na makukuha natin dito, syempre, may mga gray areas po sa mga loopholes po yung batas na kailangan nating ayusin. Kaya nga po tayo nagkaroon ng mga ganitong problema dahil nga po may mga dapat ayusin sa ating mga batas at sa implementasyon. Pero syempre, after this, when we give our recommendations, we give our findings, then yung mga tao po na kailangan pagbayaran yung mga kasalanan nila at kasangkot dito, and of course, they will be also filed with the necessary na mga importanteng kailangan nilang pagbayaran yung mga violations na nagawa dito. Salamat.
Wala, as my final statement, wala ko tayong tinatarget dito. If maobserbahan natin, itong influx ng mga Chinese individuals, itong pogos, itong issues sa extrajudicial killings, itong problema sa illegal na kampanya laban sa droga, ito po ay nangyari sa panahon ni Pangulong Duterte. So nararapat lamang po na imbitahan natin sila at pagpaliwanagin kung ano po ang kanilang ginawa at kailangan po malaman ng taong bayan dahil ang hinihiling lang po ng ating pong mga kababayan ay hustisya laban po sa mga nangyaring masama at illegal at panagutin kung sino po ang dapat managot. Yun po.
Thank you. From Manila Bulletin, Elson Quismorio, you're recognized for your questions.
Hello, Kongs. Good morning po. In the context po nung gagawin nating Quadcom hearing, which is a big deal, do you think mas nagiging kapansin-pansin po yung silence po ni Vice President Duterte when it comes to the issue ng West Philippine Sea? Kasi if we analyze po ang common denominator po nung WPS issue and yung Pogo issue, yung fake birth certificates is yung Chinese nationals, ganon. So does it amplify the silence of the Vice President po?
Well, we hope to hear from everyone, especially those who are holding highest positions in the land, to join this administration in really fighting transnational crimes. Especially pag ang involved ay sa interconnect yung on all of the scheme of things relative to this ongoing investigation, mukhang iisa yung pinupuntong nationality, we're not just prejudging kung ano yung mga the race or I'm trying to avoid that, pero unfortunately as we have uncovered and as the investigation progresses, isa lang talaga yung naituturo ang commonality is these are mostly done by Chinese individuals and personalities. Now in relation to the West Philippine Sea, of course, noon naman po si Vice President Sara Duterte was outspoken and he shares her opinion regarding things that may have things that are important in this country, particularly our sovereignty. I personally am trying to question why apart from all of these things happening, while nagkaroon nga po recently yung flare ng Chinese government in the West Philippine Sea, she remains to be silent about it, Kasi ang palagay ko po sa aking pananaw is she's the second official, highest official, public official in the land, next to the president, and her position on this is very important. No, whether she really condemns the aggression that is happening over West Philippine Sea, or whether her silence would be, will be treated as apathy. No, now is the time that all Filipinos call for patriotism, to voice our sentiment in joining this administration fight against the Chinese aggression outside and within our country. So whether or not her silence may be treated as an apathy or not really interested, that would definitely spell out and define the kind of leader that she is. Because we are looking at our leaders, especially those who have been given too much responsibility in duty, yung mga highest official ng ating bansa, na makita ang kanilang pagiging patriotismo at ipagtanggol ang ating bayan. At least man lang doon sa position nila regarding the encroachment and the aggressive move that China is being shown and displayed in relation to our fight in protecting our sovereignty and territorial integrity in the West Philippine Sea. So disappointed ako sa mga public officials po na hindi ho nila sinasabi o hindi ho nila pinapakita ang kanilang pagiging yung patriotismo nila bilang isang Pilipino. Hindi lang dun sa pagiging public officials, but being an ordinary Filipino. Nakaka-disappoint po yan and nakaka-frustrate.
Yun nga parang nakakabingi yung katahimikan, sabi nga nila. Pero maikli lang siguro yung masasabi ko kasi wala naman pong statement ang ating Vice President regarding the West Philippine Sea. Siguro, siyempre, lahat naman tayo dito, mahal natin ang Pilipinas, diba? So, dapat Pilipino ang kampihan nila. Dapat Pilipino ang kampihan nila. Hindi sana Pilipino ang kakampihan nila. Dapat pro-Pinas tayo. So, yun lang talaga ang kaya kong sabihin sa issue na yun. Dapat Pilipinas ang kampihan. At sana Pilipino ang kampihan nila.
Her silence is deafening. Hindi, in English ko lang yung sinabi niyang una.
Yes, sir.
Anyway, of course, we are free to criticize the actions of the government, And being a public officials, lagi tayong krini-criticize, And we are very open to that. Pero kung pag-uusapan natin ay soberanya na ng ating bansa, hindi po dapat natin ine-expect na dapat maglabas man lang siya ng kanyang pahayag, suporta, laban po sa China. At dapat magiging pro-Pinas dapat ang magiging pahayag niya. Pero for the longest time, na naging Vice Presidente po siya noong July 1, 2022 hanggang ngayon, may narinig na po ba kayo na pahayag galing po sa ating Vice Presidente laban po sa China? Ang sagot po, wala. So ano po mang ibig sabihin nito? Kaya hindi po magtatanong po talaga ang taong bayan. 'Di ba? Mag-iisip sila. Bakit hanggang ngayon wala pa rin pong pahayag si Vice Presidente Sara Duterte patungkol sa mga issue dyan po sa West Philippine Sea? Ano po ba ibig sabihin yan? So hindi naman po bobo ang mga Pilipino at alam nila kung ano po ang ibig sabihin yan. And that is why we are calling for our public officials, our co-workers in the government, na kung magkakasalungat man po tayo sa mga pulisiya, sa mga programa, pero pag-usapin na po sa ating teritoryo at sa ating bansa, dapat united ang ating pong statement. At sa ngayon, ang ating Vice Presidente lamang, wala pong salita or pahayag patungkol po sa issue ng West Philippine Sea.
Dadagdag ko lang, i-connect ko lang sa bagong Olympics, Lahat tayo naging proud dahil si Yulo nagkamit ng 2 gold medal, kung proud ho kayo dahil ang ating mga atleta ay nagwagi at nakakuha ng mga gold medals po sa Paris, kalaki po ng pahit ng pride na yon, yung proud, yung ready ho kayong idepensa ang pagiging Pilipino nyo. Ano po yung pagiging Pilipino nyo? Wala akong identity ang Pilipinas kung wala ang bansa at teritoryo. Now, if we are proud that our athletes were able to secure and obtain 2 gold medals, ilang pang gold medals, you also have to readily protect the integrity of the country, being a Filipino. So, ganun lang ang pagkaintindi ko. Kung proud ho kayo, dapat ready ho kayong idepensa rin ang ating bansa.
Dagdag ko lang, dahil napapag-usapan naman po ito. So, dapat may survey din sa mga public officials at tanungin po kami kung kami po ba ay pro-Pilipinas or pro-China. At dapat i-disclose kung ano po ang sagot namin sa survey. Doon natin malalaman kung saan po siya. Pro-Pilipinas po ba o pro-China?
Boss, who should conduct that survey, you think?
Pwede na po
Parang
kayo.
I'm not aware of any survey regarding that matter, sir.
I mean, who would you suggest na mag-survey
Yung
po?
mga credible at independent yung mga survey platforms po natin.
I think may sasabihin nata kay Boss Aki. Thank you po.
Mabuhay ang mga tunay na Pilipino. Yun
Yes,
lang.
sir.
Thank you. Let us acknowledge Scott Forbes from Radyo Pilipinas.
Good morning po, Kong. Since wala po tayong makukuhang reaksyon mula po dun sa ating Vice President, kayo na lang po ang aking tanongin ng reaksyon po. Dun sa recent incident with the Chinese Air Force po na nagpakawala po sila ng flares sa dinaraanan ng ating Philippine Air Force, which is over po Bajo de Masinloc. Mismo ang Presidente po, meron na rin po siyang pahayag dito condemning the incident also with AFP sa ating House leaders po.
Of course, we join the President na we condemn yung another act of aggression ng China. Sa atin po sa Pilipinas, our countries continue what it's already doing. Yung patuloy po na pagprotesta, pag-file po ng mga kailangan na kaso, and of course, kailangan pa rin talaga pong palakasin yung joint exercises ng ating mga karatig bansa, yung ating mga kakampi. Pero mahalata mo talagang may mga pananadya po na ginagawa ang bansang China. Gusto kasi nila, nag-aantay sila na mag-react po tayo. Pero tingin ko, dahil klaro po yung gusto ng ating presidente, klaro po yung direksyon na ating tinatahak tungkol sa West Philippine Sea, ganun din naman po kung paano mag-react, ganun din naman po kung paano tayo mag-respond. So, for me, we have to continue what we're doing and take the legal na proseso, and of course hindi sa loob-loob po natin personally, hindi po maganda tong ginagawa nila sa atin dahil patuloy pa rin po ang pambubuli na ginagawa nila, ngunit nasa tamang landas naman po tayo kung paano natin ina-address ng mga ganitong concern.
Ako'y dadagdag ko. First, I join the condemnation. We really have to be united in condemning this aggressive act recently shown and displayed by China, aggression nila. But you know why? I think, on the personal level, you know why China is keep on doing this? Because they are emboldened, because there are, and unfortunately, segments in our society who are enablers of China, who even speak to the advantage of China. Kaya nga sabi nga kanina ni Congressman Jill Bungalon, magpasurvey na nga kaya tayo. Sino bang pro-China and pro-Pilipinas? Kasi unfortunately, sa ating society ngayon, may mga enablers pa rin. May mga nagsasabing, hindi, parang pabor pa sila sa ginagawa ng China, na mga apologists ng China. Kaya nga ang panawagan po namin, ang panawagan po ng ating leader ng House, Speaker Martin Romualdez, magkasundo po tayo, at least man lang magkasundo tayo sa isang bagay. Now, we may have different views on domestic policies and issues, that's okay because we are a democratic country and we are entitled to have our own opinion regarding things. But for the sake of this country and for the love of God, please, let us be united in denouncing and condemning any aggression by our neighboring countries who keeps on claiming what is ours. Ang sabi nga ni President Bongbong Marcos during the SONA, remember, we will not yield. We can discuss, we are not enemy to no one. But we cannot surrender an inch of our territory. And now is a challenge to all public officials and ordinary Filipinos. If you are proud that our athletes won in the Olympics, please translate that pride into readily protecting and preserving our country, in joining our stand, joining the President, and condemning any aggression by any entity or any country that not only insults our identity or our sovereignty, but encroaches on our very own territorial sovereignty.
Thank you. Kong Jade.
Buo po ang aking suporta kay Pangulong Marcos at sa ating pong Armed Forces of the Philippines, partikular na ang Philippine Air Force sa pagkondena sa ginawa po ng Chinese Air Force. Ang paggamit po ng flares ay isang tahasang paglabag sa ating pong batas at isang malinaw na provokasyon. At sinusuportahan ko, no, as expected, the Philippines will always seek peaceful solutions. But we will never tolerate this kind of actions of the foreign individuals, lalong-lalo na kung ito po ay ginagawa sa ating sariling teritoryo. And that is why yung safety po ng ating servicemen at of course yung soberanya ng ating bansa, these are matters that are non-negotiable. Kaya dapat kondenahin at ipaabot sa bansa na China ang kanila pong dapat to demonstrate responsible actions towards equal country. Yun po.
Thank you po.
Thank you. Next questions from Gab Lalup, Inquire Online.
Sir, kasi napag-usapan na rin yung tungkol sa parang yung seeming preference ni Vice President Duterte sa China. Kasi last April, sir, nung nasa United States si President Marcos, he actually defended Vice President Sara regarding her silence on the West Philippine Sea. Ang sabi ni Presidente, since she was part of the administration, her stand is similar to what the administration stands for, na atin yung West Philippine Sea. Do you think that was part of the reason why she left the cabinet and why she has been critical of the administration as of now? Dahil yung magkaiba na yung posisyon talaga nila ng administration at posisyon niya regarding the West Philippine Sea.
Mahirap kasi mag-assume kung ano yung stand ni President. Mahirap mag-assume kung anong stand ni Vice Presidente kasi we cannot really speak for her until she comes out with a statement of some sort. So, parang nakikita po natin na talaga sa time na yon yung Pangulo pa rin natin, ang gusto niya yung pagkakaisa. And syempre, as part ng unity na pinaglalaban ng ating Pangulo, syempre, we have to be united against threats. We have to be united against someone who's trying to invade our country of some sort. So, sa tingin ko, mahirap mag-release ng opinion tungkol doon. Mas maganda mag-release na lang sila ng sarili nilang statement. Total, itong mga nakaraang araw, ang dami namang statement na nire-release ng ng office nila. So, baka pwede na rin sila mag-release ng statement sa mga importante at malalaking issues, lalo po sa pagdami na rin, sabi nga ni Kong Zia. Dumadami rin po kasi yung mouthpiece ng China eh. Ang dami po nagsasalita para sa kanila. So, ibig sabihin, baka dumadami na rin yung mga peking Pilipino. Yun lang. Thank you.
Ang akin lang, I hope to hear, especially public officials, to speak on matters that matter to the Filipinos in general. The fight against transnational crimes, the fight to protect our territorial sovereignty, So these are the things, I guess, no, na sa ngayon ay gustong marinig ng ating mga kababayan yung kung anong posisyon ng bawat isa. Because this definitely would really push the effort, no, na buong bansa dapat magkaisa para ipagtanggol ang ating bayan at linisin ang ating bayan sa lahat ng mga criminality. Tama nga yung sinabi ni Kong Paulo, no? We cannot assume kung ano yung position ng bawat public officials. Ang Vice President, she has yet to release her own position on the said matters. But ang akin is, sana we can hear from her kung ano talaga yung clear-cut position niya regarding WPS, West Philippine Sea, at itong mga nangyayaring crimes, transnational crimes, kasi these are syndicates, no? These are aliens who operate, no, even within and outside of the country. Kung ano yung magiging position, that would really boost the morale of this administration's fight against illegal transnational crimes, and as well as fight against the aggression and fight to protect our sovereignty. Hindi lang ho ito para dito sa administration. Remember, these issues, if ever that we can come up with a solid stand, hindi ho magbe-benefit dito ang Presidenteng Bongbong Marcos. Ang magbe-benefit dito ang mga anak ninyo, ang mga anak namin, at ang magiging apo natin.
Thank you. Sir, go ahead, sir. Sorry.
In addition, I guess we cannot fault the President, no, in defending the Vice President before, because as the President, he believes that the Vice President, being the second highest ranking official of the government, naniniwala po siguro siya na isa ang kanilang pong posisyon laban or sa issue regarding sa issue sa West Philippine Sea. But of course, again, we cannot speculate, we cannot assume unless and until magpalabas po ng pahayag ang ating Vice Presidente. So ito po ang hamon ko sa ating kawani ng media. Tanungin nyo na po si Vice Presidente kung ano talagang stand niya dyan po sa issue ng West Philippine Sea.
Thank you. Haji Kaamino from Brigada News.
Good morning po, mga Kongs. In another statement, total nabagit yun na po yung statement, and you've mentioned about criticizing the government and being outspoken. Vice President Sara Duterte has actually criticized, well, not really directly kay Pangulong Marcos, but she criticized the government for not funding daw po the anti-flooding program sa Davao, kaya po nagbaha. In fact, may binabanggit po siya sa statement niya na may master plan daw po yung Davao. So parang ang sinasabi, hindi raw po napondohan dahil Duterte yung nakaupo na mayor. Any reaction po dun sa sinabi po niya na hindi daw po pinondohan yung anti-flooding program, kaya daw po nagbaha, especially sa Davao po?
Well, first of all, unang-una, meron tayong local government code, no? Alam naman ho natin to. All the services have been devolved to the LGUs. In fact, meron nga tayong Mandana's ruling that says na social services, even infrastructure services are already devolved to the LGU. So in favor of the LGU, lahat-lahat nung pagdating sa as compare, no, sa national government's supervision, it's really the LGU. Ang akin is before we even reach the point of blaming the national government, the central government, we should look at the first liner of defense, no, yung first responders, and the first responders in this case is the LGU concerned. Bago ho tayo humanap ng suporta or assistance or the lack of thereof, no, for that matter, dapat ho tingnan natin kung ano yung nagiging responde ng LGU. Mukhang kilala naman ho natin kung sino po yung LGU naturang lugar, no? So para po sa akin, ang una po natin tatanungin is yung sino po yung otoridad doon sa lugar na yon. Ang Philippines is composed of so many cities and barangays. Papasok po ang NDRMMC, papasok po ang Office of the President. Pag kinukulangan po talaga, pag sobra po yung problema na kinakaharap. But if it's a question of baha or nakita naman ho natin sa recent na nangyari na nagkarbaha sa mga lugar dito sa NCR, nakita natin yung mga mayors nila nasa mga rubber boats, pinupuntahan yung mga barangay. So we hope to replicate that and we hope to see that in other areas because that's exactly what the LGU should do. They should respond first. Before they blame it to somebody else, they should at least display their wits and their grits, no, in responding to calamities such as what happened in Davao City.
Saka, nung bumabagyo, saka bumabaha, nandun tayo. Oo. Nandun po tayo sa mga LGU, nandun po tayo sa mga lugar natin. At wala rin naman po tayong sinisi. Ang ginawa po natin, humingi po tayo ng tulong, humingi po tayo ng yung mga agencies na kailangan pong kausapin. And I would like to commend the President Bongbong Marcos, kasi itong 2 taon niya, ang dami po niyang inaayos na pagkukulang nung nakaraang administrasyon. So, at least unti-unti, at least may mga constraints sa pondo, pero solusyon pa rin solution-based. Hindi puro reklamo, hindi puro problema yung nakikita, naghahanap talaga ng solusyon. Thank you.
Yung issue ko kasi doon sa flood control project doon sa Davao. Parang hindi naman po yata tama na sisihin mo yung national government sa pagbaha doon sa Davao City. Bakit? Tignan ho natin. Magkakaroon lang po tayo ng brief history. Ilang taon po ba sa panunungkulan ang pamilya Duterte sa Davao City? Kung hindi pa ako nagkakamali, 33 years. At ang alam ko po, ang Davao City, isa sa may pinakamalaking IRA or the Internal Revenue Allotment or ngayon po yung tinatawag na National Tax Allotment. Doon pa lang po sa budget na yon, pwede po nila pondohan yung flood control project. At bakit mo isisisi sa kasalukuyang administrasyon? Ito po, lumabas na po ito January of this year. Galing po mismo kay Yusek Katrina Cabral ng DPWH. Ang pondo po ng distrito ni Congressman Pulong Duterte last Congress ay umabot po ng 51 billion. Ngayon ang tanong, saan po ba napunta doon? Parte po ba noon ay napunta sa flood control project? Yun naman po yung tanong ko sa kanila. 51 billion, imagine, with that huge amount of public funds, bakit hindi po na-address yung baha sa Davao? So nasaan po? Anong proyekto ang napapuntahan po ng sinabing napakalaking pera or pondo ng bayan? So I guess, bago po tayo magturo, dapat tinignan man muna nila, no, kung ano ang kanilang ginawa para ma-address at ma-resolbahan ang issue pong ito.